Hey, welcome back to another episode of Fellowship SMP. Before we begin, I just want to say if you stayed to the end of the last episode, I apologize. I meant to lower the background music, but instead I ended up lowering the volume of the voice recording while the music was still at 100% volume. I didn't realize until after I uploaded and got rid of all the editing content. So, I apologize to anyone who actually stayed to the end of the video, which is probably nobody. Who am I kidding? Nobody watches my videos. Today is November 30th, the day 1.18 is released. So, if you don't know, that's the big Cave and Cliffs update, a big map generation update. The server is still running in 1.17, but at some point it will switch over. I'm not sure when. It might happen in the middle of this episode, but definitely by episode 3, if there is an episode 3, we'll see 1.18. Here we are in episode 2 in front of the Bonemeal Farm that we made last episode. Thanks again, Night Lore, for providing that first moss block. Without it, there would be no farm. I've repaid him with 4 or 5 stacks of moss blocks already, and it only took about 8 bone meal. Night Lore also helped us set up our nether portal on the roof. Having a nether portal on the roof allows us to travel around without having to deal with those aggressive hoglins. I didn't capture it in the last episode, but I was getting chased around by some hoglins. I managed to escape by towering up and digging a tunnel through a wall. Hopefully, we won't have to encounter hoglins until we get better gear. So for this episode, I want to convert the Bonemeal Farm into a moss and Bonemeal Farm. The collection system in this farm has 3 composters that convert all the moss related blocks into bone meal that travel to the right of the system. And I think I'm going to cut the number of composters to 2 and send some extra moss blocks to the left side. And when that collection system starts to overflow, I'm going to send it back over into the composters to produce more bone meal. I bone mealed for quite a bit. It was about 1 stack of bone blocks per hour. So you can see how many hours I AFK'd here in between episodes. We got a lot of bone blocks here to work with. So that's great. What else do I want to do in this episode? I want to try and find a village and maybe relocate some villagers so we can set up a trading system at some point. But first, I need a starter house. My bed is still under this mushroom. So I need to head back over to the shopping district, pick up an enchanted book for Silk Touch so I could put it on my axe, and then I will start farming mushroom stems. We got some visitors outside our portal. I guess that's what happens when you AFK at a mushroom farm. You have to feed my pig Oinkers a carrot for a reward. I don't have any carrots. Where's Oinkers? Where's Oinkers? Okay. Sure. Do I have a choice? Okay. Okay. That way. Okay. Okay. Look, feel free to use another portal. Here you go, Winkers. From a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like Winkers? 10 is liking a lot, and 1 is not at all. Well, we just met, so 7.5? Seems nice. Winkers seems very nice so far. 8 diamond blocks! Whoa! I'm starting to like Winkers a lot more now. Who's a nice pig? Cass brought Jericho's ownership papers. Who's Cass? What? Brought. Oh, Cass bought Jericho's ownership papers. He sold me the skeleton horse Jericho. Got it. Okay. Thank you for the diamonds. One more thing. This book has names inside of it that must not be spoken. Very well. So burn it on the way back. So burn it. Okay. It will be burned. Bye. See you later. How do I get back to the shopping district? I think it's just this way, right? Okay. Here you go. What? This book is... What is going on? Why is the book not burning? I was just leaving the shopping district. I found a jungle biome. Might as well get some bamboo. Alright. Hey! We're back at the base. And I'm gonna get started on farming the mushroom stems and getting our house built. I'll see you after the time lapse. lap's complete. Here we are inside our new starter base. Inside the giant mushroom that we built. I haven't built the interior yet, but I think there's a lot of potential in here. I could always expand down or put in a mini storage system, make it multi-level. There's plenty of space in here. Let's take a look from the outside. It's a giant brown mushroom. Look at that thing. It's like a... Hold on. Let me get rid of some of these bamboo for now. I planted these for scaffolding and extra sticks for torches, but I got plenty of those now. Take a look. What do you think? Giant mushroom on a mushroom island. If I had wings, I'd fly around and do a tour, a 360 tour, but I can't. I still need to do some landscaping and some pathing around the island. A very important step in building a town is building a pathway to lay out where you want to build your houses. But since I started with the starter home, I'll make the paths starting there. But maybe I'll do that along with the interior in the next episode. Because right now, I'd like to work on the Bonemeal Farm. I don't know exactly what materials I will need for this build, but I will definitely need some chests and some hoppers. And I think it might be a good idea, if there's room of course, to build an auto sorting system, because we're going to get a lot of items through the farm, a lot of moss blocks, moss carpets, and azalea bushes, and all the wheat seeds can go directly into the composter. We don't need a lot of wheat seeds. So let's break this open and see what we can fit inside. But it'd be good to turn this off first, make sure that water isn't flowing. So yeah, let's open this up and see what's inside. And now that I think about it, I'll just dig down if I need room. There's always more room if you dig deep enough, right? Yeah, let's definitely get that auto sorter system in. Where's my shovel? Oh, duh. Okay. Uh-oh. Get some buckets. Let's dump this out. Whoa! Whoa! Almost forgot about you. Let's see. Maybe we can just do a regular item sorter. But I don't want to have to go underground to get it, you know? Unless I'm going to make an item elevator so I don't have to dig too far down. I know there is a tutorial for this. I mean, I'll take a look around and I'll see what I can come up with. And we're back. And it took a lot longer than expected. Way longer. I couldn't figure out the item elevator on my own, so I looked up a tutorial online, and the redstone was too close to the stone generator, and I had to move it over a bit and start over. But when I did that, I couldn't fit the redstone for the storage system, and it was a complete mess. Then I tried to do a water system all around the farm, but I didn't like having all the chests on the far side of the farm, so I scrapped that idea and started over. Then I decided to do a water stream, which required some ice. A little side note, polar bears will attack you. Found out the hard way. Made me jump out of my seat when it growled at me. Then I had to route the water stream a couple times to ensure I had enough space for the storage system and the redstone components, which, by the way, is from Blocky Bryson. I will link his tutorial in the description below. Overall, it was a few hours. It took longer than that starter house I made. Look at that fat boy mushroom. Anyway, the Bonemeal Farm had 3 composters in the original design. I modified the build by covering the leftmost composter, which causes the water in the flushing system to split into 2. The water will either flow into the 2 composters to keep the farm running, and the other water stream will flush the other moss-related blocks into a standard item filter. The item filter will separate all the weed seeds into a composter and back into the farm. All the other moss-related blocks will flow into a bubble column, which I started to cover up with an unfinished mushroom stem. I'll probably finish that in the next episode. The items will flow into this compact multi-item storage system where it will collect all the moss blocks we could ever need. I have 4 chests to collect the moss blocks, the 2 types of azalea bushes, carpets, and an extra chest for overflow. The backside is made up of some redstone, hoppers, and droppers. It does get a little noisy, but it's really compact. Again, the tutorial is in the description below. I still need to finish the storage system though, because once all the chests are full, I want to send all the excess moss blocks back into the composters for more bone meal to feed the moss farm. After a bit of AFKing, this moss bone meal farm still produced a ton of bone meal. So I actually covered up another composter in the flushing section of the farm. As of now, it is running off of 1 composter and it's still producing enough bone meal to keep the farm running and then some. This simple farm produced so much in such a short amount of time. It will definitely come in handy when we start decorating this island. I mentioned that I wanted to bring some villagers over to this base in this episode, but we're already out of time. There's so much that happened in this episode. We got our starter house built, we converted our bone meal farm to collect mossy things, and we ran into Mqzi. Maybe I'm butchering the name, but a big thank you for those 8 diamond blocks. Everyone on this server is so nice. Free diamonds, getting help with the farm started, diamond gear and tools in exchange for some cooked cod. Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode. See ya. There you go. Wait, why is it still in my hand? I swear, that was the only copy I had. Oh well.